Hello, yes. Welcome to DM Astrology. This is a series which we are following since past 8 lectures about the Aries Ascendant Sun, position of a Sun. Yet we have completed till today that Sun in the 8th house, and now we are focusing on Sun in 9th house. So what it is going to give the result in the 9th house, we are going to see. See here, there's a combination of a 3, 5 sun planet meet together. How? See, the ascendant lord is a Mars, fiery. Ninth lord is Jupiter, that's also fiery nature, Agni Tattva. And the placement of sun is also being a fiery nature. So that's all the fire planets link here together. So what it will be creating the whether the good deeds or bad deeds. See, we should not forget that this house is belong to our future, our belief in the religious, our foreign traveling. That's also long journey, settlement in the abroad. This all are depending on the ninth house, and on Davatram also it is a very important house. Now Sun, as I told you, is a highly inefficient planet. It only show the things, but it never give the result. So what happened is the seen Sun being in ninth house, what happened? Apart from we are forgetting whether it is sitting in the Sagittarius sign or this, just being Sun seated in the ninth house, what will be the effect is that they are going to give so much show related to the religious things. They are highly religious, but they are all religious things is only on the show up. What shows it doesn't always the reality. So what happened that they always show more about the religious thing, that they are very religious, they are very fearful person, and they are always performing good in the religious, but in actual it is not. See, there is a two type of spiritual yoga appears in the chart. One is the Sun and Jupiter, that's also a spiritual yoga, and there is another spiritual yoga is a Saturn and Jupiter. What happens and what is the difference between Sun and Jupiter? The Sun and Jupiter spiritual yoga is a yoga which people shows how the religious they are. They are performing all the deeds. They are always visiting the temple, putting the diya and agarbatti, and as the people are seeing everything, they are always performing something as people are seeing. It's not doing by their own hearts. Whereas in the another spiritual yoga, Adhyatmic yoga, Jupiter and Saturn mix. This is the real Adhyatmic yoga where they doesn't believe on the Kriya. They only are all believe, their belief is the spiritual. They don't harm the people. They do good to the people and the society. So these are the two various kind of spiritual yoga happens. Here, what happens? That Sun being seated in the ninth house. Now ninth house Lord is Jupiter. So we should not forget this. As Aries is nothing but the Kal Purus. So Kal Purus has put ninth house as the religious things and your future. And what happened that here the Sun and Jupiter being the Lord of this ninth house, again Sun and Jupiter combines here for Lord, for sitting planet as well as the significator, because Jupiter is the Lord of ninth house as well as is a significator or a Karak of ninth house. So here the Jupiter result, a burden is more on the Jupiter on the part of a religious and the part of their luck. So what happens that when they both together, when Sun seated in this house, it's seated with a very comfort house. It's a very near and dear friend. Sun and Jupiter is a very near dear friend, and their both are under the shelter of a Mars. It's also a common friend of a Mercury, Sun and the Jupiter. So what happens? Sun, Mars and Jupiter, all three are in the same line of a fiery, and that is why they are planning to give more result than it is expected. So here when Sun and Jupiter mix, as the Sun being a planet and the Jupiter being a container, a sign, and also Sun being a seated planet and the Jupiter being the Karak or the significator house, both result combined. So it shows also it gives also. Being a Lord and Karak is the same as a Jupiter. So Jupiter only have a burden to show how the person is religiously involved and how his internal belief. Here what happened when more good thing is happen here is the sun seated in the ninth house, being a lord of fifth house, is seated being in the ninth house. So that's also Bhavartha wise also it is very good. So it's nothing but the enlightenment of past deeds due to the good deeds of a past birth, previous birth good deeds. It pour everything into the ninth house and it also improve his present and future life also. So because of the past deeds, sun being a lord of a fifth house seated in the ninth house, so because of their past deeds, the same deeds are helping them into the future. So he'll be very much regular in his religious things. Although suppose we can consider that the 50% is a show, but at least 50% he is involved in the activity of related to the religious things. He might be a writer, he might be a good author of a books which will be spread to the society for upliftment of a society. He might be attached with the government department, he might be attached with the religious things, guru or religious endowment head of a religious endowment. So he's a some kind of a person who's totally and totally involved in the activity of religious things, and simultaneously he is improving his good deeds also, as well as he is improving the good deeds and is helping others also to change their life. So ultimately see what happened that so many people are using so many ways of doing the religious things. They are the person who inspire the others, they are the person who guide them, they are a good orator. See, sun Jupiter is also being a very good orator. They are not a orator in the type of a motivational guru, but they are in the orator of a person like those who are reciting dharma, all these religious books like Mahabharata, Ramayana, Gita. So they are all the orators and the guiders who always stick with the strict rule of a religious thing. Whatever has written in the text, they don't go beyond the text. If Gita says something, they will believe in the Gita only. They don't believe in any other things. Like Quran, like Bible. So these are the people, they are very much attached with their own religious belief, as well as they are also spreading their religious belief on others also. They say what is right, what is wrong. So they are sometimes a kind of a person who judge others' deeds. So it may be also sometimes happens. They might be a person, see, being a priest, being a Hindu priest, being a Maulvi in the Muslim, or being father in the church. So they are the person to whom so many people also approach them. They see that this is a religious person and not causing any harm to them. So they also take the advice. See, in Christian church, there is a confession box. Behind the confession box, the father is sitting and he is not seeing that who's the person, but whose his problem is. Then he try to solve this person by giving some solution on this. So likewise, he is also a person. Those whose sun is seated in the Aries Ascendant ninth house is a person who is solving the dispute. He is also helping the person to come out from their grievances. They are helping them to come out from the all type of negative things. People are stuck somewhere, so they are the person who always approach the people, approach the mass by the way of oratory. They are giving the help to the nation and the society. See, simultaneously they are brighten their luck also. See, while you are attached with the religious things, while you are not. See, what first of all one has to understand the definition of a dharma. This is a house of dharma. Dharma is derived from the word in the Sanskrit dhar, and dhar is some. So dhar is a metal, or dhar is always called as to hold together. So they are the person by way of some new religion, by way of some oratory system or some group of religious. They are the person to whom there are a lot of people following them. So they are a very good person, they are path breaker, they are motivators, they are religious guru, and they are a person to whom always people follow blindly. So these are the good deeds and good approach you can see in the person having sun in the ninth house in the Jupiter sign, because here the Jupiter is a lord as well as Jupiter is a significator. So he itself is very much attached with the sun, so that he will support the sun. Many times it happens that city planet is not comfortable with the house, so he will not be able to adjust with the accommodation of the house. Here the sun is very much attached and accommodate himself with the container of a Jupiter, and both being sharing the same understanding, same nature, they will not facing any problem related to this. So this is a very important thing that the person has to think, that the person having sun in the ninth house always being a very good person. They are a very good person in the showing their way out to others. See, number 9 is a universal number and sun is a path reader. So they are the person who always lead the person to the right direction, right dimension without harming anything. See, they are a very innocent person and they are very much in depth into the field of religious, so they themselves cannot do bad to themselves. Simultaneously, they are not going to harm any individual. By their advice also, they see that if this advice is helpful, then only they will give this advice to the person who are seeker to them. So they are path breaker, they are enlightenment person, they are like a hermit. In the tarot card, there is a one card is called hermit. And during the teaching of a tarot card, I always say that the hermit is a person who show you the way. He might be a stranger, he might be any person who is holding the lamp, and it will help you to cross the road or to full the darkness, to overcome you from the darkness. So this is a kind of a hermit in the sun and the ninth house in the Aries Ascendant. See, Aries Ascendant, basically people are very innocent, very easygoing and very trustworthy person. But this person having sun in the ninth house, apart from all this sun, I like the sun position, not even in the fifth house, but I like the sun position better in the ninth house. Being there, he's very comfortable with this house and he'll get some chance. See, this is a very important thing, that he is getting some chance to bring their past deeds into the future. So it's a kind of a transformation. This age, they are doing and balancing the deeds of a past life, as well as they are going to do something which also helpful for them in the future life. So it's nothing but the balance of a fifth house and ninth house, whereby you are controlling all both the deeds simultaneously. For foreign traveling also, this is a good house, that being a good advisor, motivated guru, they are accepted in the foreign also. So in foreign land also, they are not binding with any religious, not binding with any caste, creed, greed, anything. They are just spreading their knowledge, and they are ready to help mass human being for irrespective of race, caste, sex, anything. They are just helping in the nature. So Sun Jupiter, Sun Jupiter, Sun Mars, all the combinations are very good. So their own personal efficiency, because their lord of first house is the Mars, so they are also very in the nature of enthusiasm. Sun is also fifth house lord, and Jupiter in the ninth house, all three combines here and gives very fast, prompt and continue growing nature help. So what else you need? So by this, they are the luckiest people in the Aries Ascendant Sun placement, and this is a Sun placement in the ninth house. In the next video, we'll see Sun position in the 10th house, and there are a lot of confusion will be created in the 10th house. So that will be able to see in the Sun in the 10th house, in the Aries Ascendant, in the sign of a Capricorn. What is going to give result? You have to wait for the next video. Okay, so hereby I am concluding the Sun in the ninth house in the Aries Ascendant by treating them as a very lucky person. And if yet you have not started helping the person, please start the helping person, advise them, show them way, so that they are also being successful in their life. So herewith I thanks my viewers to have patience and listen this video. For consultation, you can always consult me in my email ID. It is flash here, demastrology1@gmail.com. You can like this video, you can share this video, and this kind of education series will be continuing so long time. So I thanks my viewers. Thank you very much. Namaste. See you soon.